And here we are, the Leisure Podcast. Wow, it's been forever and a day.
Have you been doing these without me?
I did one that for the Avalanche. I did one for the Avalanche when they beat, was it Edmonton that they beat to go to the Cup? Because there was whenever they were playing in Edmonton, I couldn't figure out what this pizza thing was on the boards, in the ring.
Oh yeah,
ring.
yes, I saw that.
Yeah. So I called the pizza place and fucked with them. But other than that, no, really, I've done some live stuff from out enjoying the summer. You've got your new gig, so we've been kind of going through some good stuff. But it's good to be back.
It's good to see you, and thank you for the T-shirt. Thanks for sending me the John Belushi shirt.
I want one. Yeah, Jackie's new gig has the radio station has a bee theme, like Buzz Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute she told me anytime like bee, all I can think of is John Belushi dressed up singing King Bee.
I know.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's all I could think of. Anytime she posts a bee thing, it's John Belushi. I go straight to John Belushi. So I found the John Belushi with the antenna,
That's really sweet. Very sweet of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you said, send you bee stuff.
Yes. And a couple of people have too. I have everything at work because I use it for props at work. But some people have sent me, the Graper family sent me one of those big bee lollipops. It's like this big. It is huge. It has like 180 servings. How do you measure the servings in a lollipop? But it's a bee and it's like this big, as big as my head. And other people have sent me shirts and things like that. So
that's cute.
Thank you, people.
Yes. Buzz.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, Jackie's been doing that, getting into her new gigs and digs.
Yes,
and,
that's right.
She's got a whole bunch of unpacked boxes and things. That's why she blurred herself out.
Oh, it's bad. I'm not quite in my apartment yet.
Yeah, we were playing with we'll play with that later. Those little
all right.
Filters. I didn't even know
filters are funny, aren't they?
Yeah, I had no idea Zoom had. If I would have, oh my gosh, do people use that on like a Zoom call at work? Is the question.
I don't. I've never seen anybody else use the stuff, the backgrounds and filters like we do.
There is a video. If I didn't know we were going to do this, I would have found it, of a guy in a Zoom call, like with his boss, and he's a cat. And he can't figure out how to get the filter off. And he's like, I'm not a cat.
Oh
I'm here.
Gosh.
Yeah. And the whole time he's actually the cat talking, which, oh man. Yeah. So, I guess the elephant in the room, we do have to report that Scooter is no longer with us.
Yeah, no, let me get my Kleenex.
Yeah, get the Kleenex.
For as much as we joke around, you may not know that we're being serious, but he passed away. He had a sudden death.
Yeah, Scooter
died in his sleep.
Went to the great beyond.
And he's laughing right now. He is. He's going, what are you people so worried about? What was I so worried about? It's all okay. It's all okay.
Yeah, I'll miss those talks. And you got to know him. I mean, you knew him a lot longer than I did. I mean, I know him and I had discussed we'd cross paths, I'm sure, over our years in the metro area, being out and about and in that kind of party scene when Lodo was just getting going, and he was
back when we were partying. Yes.
Yeah, back when we were partying. Exactly. But just a genuine guy, as off the wall as he could seem. He really was just what you saw is what you got, man. And that's how I, my friends, that's who I gravitate to, are just people that are real, and he was real, man. And
he was real. He was much maligned. I don't think that everybody understood him, but he would always call me on the air and say, hey, will you play Flock of Hairdos or whatever? From the time I was on the peak, he was a fan. And then he turned into a friend when we were doing stuff together last summer, and he really helped me through some of my technical issues, with getting computer and microphones and everything set up for podcasting and all this stuff. He was really patient. He called me every day. Okay, how's it going with this, that or the other thing? And he was a real friend during that short amount of time, like last winter and into the spring.
Yeah.
But I haven't talked to him since May, because all this came up, with my job and me moving and everything. And then.
Yeah. And that's kind of that, because we were all kind of like in that same boat. We were trying to figure out this podcast thing. And Jackie was like, oh, you got to talk to Scooter.
Yeah.
And then, and then you get Scott and Jackie and Scooter together, and
that was a melee.
Yeah, all hell breaks loose. It was great.
Yeah,
man. It was
but
great,
people liked him. I mean, he was scattered, but like I said, he was. He was hard to keep on task, but that was his brain. He knew he was on task, and I feel real bad for his family. He wasn't married and he didn't have children, but he has a brother and nieces and nephews, and I'm sure they're trying to deal with going through his belongings and things of this nature. I always feel bad when somebody suddenly departs, right? Because it's like, okay, all of a sudden, boom, somebody has to jump into action.
Yeah. I was watching he would record that thing overnight, and then I would get into work and I would put it on while I was kind of getting my day going and getting caught up with the headlines that I was leery of, but he'd reach out, he'd be like, well, what did you think? What did you think? And I'd be like, well, you just, as best as you can, tell Scooter to focus and quit talking to that other person that's not in the room. I'm like, what do you want me to tell you, man?
Did you ever take a debate in school?
No.
Well, I think that's, in acting and debate, they, you have to pretend like the other person is there or whatever when you're first starting out. And I think that's and he was in comedy too. So he always used that to like he was hearing somebody say something, even though they weren't there, like comics do. Yeah. I think it was good comedically. God rest the guy. I'm still so shocked over it. I really am.
Yeah. Jackie had called me part of my summer. We didn't really vacation, but part of my summer has been hitting some concerts, which, thanks to that C word, we haven't been able to do as much, but things are out and happening. So I was at the stadium tour, the hairband tour. And Jackie, I was looking at my phone. I was like, oh, Jackie's calling me, but it was right in the middle of Joan Jett. And I literally could not hear a word. I just picked up the phone and said, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you couldn't hear me, because I just didn't think that you would be doing something fun. And so when you said, I can't hear, and I heard the music, I'm like, okay, and hung up, because I didn't need to tell you about Scooter while you're out enjoying yourself.
Yeah. That's weird. I was at Coors Field. Scooter had tried to sell me this jacket, a really cool story. So I can't think what he told me his title was at Coors Field. He was in charge of promotions or doing something down there. And what they had done is they had all these jackets made. Well, they had like 12 jackets made and all these neon signs that they hung throughout Coors Field. Well, what they had used, when you look at like a banquet beer, like the Coors can, like when you look at a can and it says Coors in that red script, all of them were using that Coors, in the red with the C and the, well, then when the guys came through, they were looking at it, they were like, oh no, that shit's got to go. Because the Coors Field has a different like font, I guess would be the best.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't use that beer looking Coors. So what Scooter told me, they said, we want all those, they got rid of all the lights. Who knows where those all went, but they want everything destroyed. Well, Scooter did not destroy his jacket. He kept it. So he's got one that says Coors Field, but it's in that script.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a cool looking jacket for sure.
I'm sure you can end up with it in the end once we, talk to his family. I'm sure that they want stuff to go to people who wanted it. I mean, because he really did collect a lot of memorabilia.
I can't even imagine all the stuff.
And he has storage units. Like he would call me sometimes from the storage unit.
Holy smokes.
And say, Jackie, get me out of here. I'm really just looking for the one thing. And it's like, but he kept dubious, not dubious, but copious notes, like, notebooks with stuff on it and he can pull out a notebook from the year that he wrote it or from the year and month. So he kept really good notes on like his broadcasting and what he talked about on shows and ideas he wanted to cover and news items. He was a real pack rat, I guess you would say, a really good records keeper.
Let's go with records keeper. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, as far as newsworthy goes, man, that guy kept up with his history and he kept up with his news. And yeah, we were blessed to know him. We'll miss him.
Yep.
And, you know, Godspeed, Scooter, wherever you're drinking your Cokes and having your smokes today, you know.
He's laughing. I know he's laughing. Going, you guys don't know how easy this is on the other side.
Oh, no kidding. I'm sure he's like, and I was right about this, and I was right about this, and I was right about this.
And I'm sure he's thinking, I'm going to go have a nice long rest now. I'm going to the resting place.
Yeah. Amen.
You know, because he had a hard life. And, you know, he had a stroke years ago. And I think this is common knowledge. I'm not speaking out of school. But then it took him a long time to rehabilitate from that. And so, you know, he kind of knew that he was on borrowed time anyway.
Yeah. We're all on borrowed. No need for moonshine this early.
No.
We haven't even got
my big moonshine.
I know we haven't even got into these. Jackie pops on this blur thing and I was like, where'd you find that? And she's like, oh, it's in the filters. I'm like, what are you talking about, the filters? So are you
going to try some?
That was my favorite one so far. It matches the butterfly shirt, don't you think?
Oh, that is too much.
Yeah, that is too much.
It's funnier than hell. Oh God, Scott.
Yeah, I'm reporting the news, you know.
Try another one.
John F. Kennedy has been shot in Dallas, Texas. Let's see. Oh yeah, I like.
It's so ridiculous.
There we go.
Oh gosh, you're making me cry.
I know, this is awesome. I'm really glad. I'm really glad. Those match the butterflies, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I'm really glad that Jackie.
We represent the Lollipop Kids. The Lollipop
right?
Kids.
Party lights. Or
there you go. Some party lights.
Yeah. This is too cool, man. Uh-oh, I hit something there.
Oh, that's weird. Look at that. It makes you look like you're at NASA or something.
Yeah. Man. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
How about the pictures coming back from that Webb telescope?
Yeah. We are this big.
We're so tiny. That's what I mean. It's so just tiny. It's such a joke if we take any of this seriously, you know, the reality we're living in. It's just
so yeah. Think of that picture with all those galaxies. The next time that, you know, that guy goes blowing by you to get up to the next red light, and you're like, obviously that guy hasn't seen the picture, you know.
No, he hasn't been checking the internet.
No, he hasn't been.
I agree with you. I agree. It's just nothing's that important, you know. We shouldn't be so serious.
Yeah, and I don't think we are. Speaking of not serious, and I was trying to think of a way to do this tonight, but I couldn't, other than find the box. So check out this purchase I made. You know those little like word magnets that you people have on their fridge where you make these stupid sentences. So this one is can you see that? Is it glaring too much?
Build your own conspiracy theory kit.
Oh, they
what is that?
Are epic. Like,
what are some of the words?
Well, I was gonna show you but they're on my fridge, so I couldn't go to the fridge. But these are the ones on the front of the box. It says, "Did you hear Elon Musk is building secret satellites to hide his avocado toast from George Soros?" Dolly Parton can deny her plan to destroy the United Nations with 5G, but Marjorie Taylor Greene knows the truth.
That is so fun. Where'd you find that?
I found it online. I'll if I think of it, I'll send you the link. But here's the best part: it comes with your own foil cap. You can I have yet to do. You know.
Oh, that's
There's
a
actually
treat.
Assembly involved, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I'd rather just go get some foil and make a hat. But
that is a real treat. That is cute.
Yeah. I mean, are there really conspiracies anymore?
I don't think it all is.
it all is a conspiracy. It all is. Yeah. Speaking of Joe Biden.
Oh, I was going to say Joe. Which Joe?
Biden tested positive for COVID again today.
Again today?
Again today, yeah. The 30th of July. Here we are.
Dang, what test are they using on him? Because I was reading an article that in Minnesota, all the people that were tested in Minnesota, like in 2021 around Christmas time, were going to a certain lab. This was in the like regular news, and they couldn't process stuff fast enough, and so they were just freezing samples and then testing them later, and then finding out that their one lab associate had 557 false positives. And then there was a whole bunch of them that were untested. So I think there's some, what kind of test are they giving the president?
I don't know, but that
making me cry.
That is so funny. That is one dude that, I mean, take COVID, say what you want about COVID, COVID is COVID. It's, I've always said the way you get COVID is you get tested. I mean, if you don't get tested, you're not going to get COVID, right? And I know for a fact that there are certain people that it does hit. I've got a friend that, he's compromised with some health issues, and it hit him really hard, the person who is sitting in the presidential office, Joe Biden, is not the guy that I want having COVID right now, because,
well, Trump had it too.
Well, Trump had it too, but is Trump as compromised as Joe Biden is? Oh yeah, Trump has a little more oomph in his step, doesn't he? Than Biden is just. Yeah, he's got a little more gumption, I think. I mean, he's just so weak looking. He's kind of shuffles and stuff. It's really weird. It's really weird. It's almost like I was watching one show, and they showed, and these were like days apart. They showed one video of Joe Biden, and then they showed another bit, and it looked like two different dudes. It really made you go like. Because he had different energy level? Yes. And the one where he really looked sick in the whole video, he doesn't even like blink. He just like I don't know if he was doped up or what, but I think they put Botox in his face and eyes to hold him open. Oh, because they could. I wouldn't surprise me. Remember when he finally did the presidential address just a few months ago? I mean, he was like this. Mm-hmm. Staring at the thing. It was too weird for me. It's like he needed I was going to see if there was a buggy eye filter, but he it's just that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Hold on a second. How do you do that? Choose your video filter. Is that what it was under? Filters. Yeah. I don't see a buggy eye one. He was like this. How about this? Wait. Hold on. I can't. My screen pops up, and then I can't see what you got going on when I have my screen up. Hey, what's that one? That one's cool. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, we were like, what are we gonna talk about today? And then Jackie pops up with these filters. I'm like, wait. Okay, this thing on you just ruined me for the night. That is funny. What's this one? I don't know what that is. Loading. You're thinking. The bandana. I think this one's the best. The pig. Yeah, that one's good. The bandana one was good. Oh, winner! We have a winner. I have my mask on. What do you mean? We have a winner. How about this one? Oh, that one's the official Z. What are they? The Z. I don't know, N100 or something. Mm-hmm. There's this guy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my Lord. I know. Good, clean fun. Good, clean fun. Yeah. So if anything happens to Joe Biden, God rest us. Well, yes. I think that there's interest to keep him in there. Don't you think? Oopsie. Well, the interest to keep him in there is what's going to happen if he's not there. Huh? What's going to happen if he's not in there? What happens if Joe dies, man? Well, I don't think they're going to let him.
You know what I mean? I think there are ways to keep him going.
Well,
hey, did you see this thing with the eyebrows and everything? Keep going on your.
They could get, they have that animatronic
there.
Abraham Lincoln out at.
Do you like my mustache?
Wow.
It makes me look like my brother.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, devil.
Like one of my aunts.
No, I went in a shop the other day and the woman had a beard like under here.
Yeah.
I go, oh, geez.
Do you not see that?
I mean, there's my eyebrows.
There you go. That's Jackie identifying as a him. I am a him wearing a green dress.
My goodness. There, darker lips. How about redder? Didn't work.
Holy smokes.
Silliness.
The filter cast. Let's see.
Close.
Let me see what we've got here. See, I didn't even find that stuff.
Oh, I think it kept the lips on. Hang on. Lip color, none. There we go. Back to my own lips.
Oh,
there's the Leisure Podcast thing.
Here we go. Hey, I like it. See, I already have the beard, so I can't really roll with the beard.
I can't see that. All I see is a graphic of the Leisure Podcast.
Oh, really?
I can't see you.
Oh, man. Now you can see me. And now I've got those eyebrows.
No, you have you have your video stopped.
How did I do that?
It's on.
No, I got it. There
you go. Oh.
Do I have eyebrows still there? Oh man, now I gotta figure out how to get out of it.
That's funny. Mademoiselle.
I got like the Belushi thing going now.
Yep.
None. All right, enough silliness. Oh my gosh, that is too much.
That's pretty good.
So what have you been doing with your summer? Anything special?
Just working a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked me today, I talked to one of my college chums on the phone for a while today, and she said, well, what's it like going back to work after not working for 2 years?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm catching up, energetically, and I'm really happy to be back to a schedule, because when you're not working full time, you kind of just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I can tell you the biggest thing that I like, not just being back on the air, because of course I'm really happy to be back on the air, but is that I don't feel like I'm in survival mode. Like, for an example, I can buy the groceries I want instead of thinking to myself, no, I can't buy that because I don't really have that much in the account for food, as much as I want, whether it's real or not, Scott. It could have been just a feeling.
Yeah, but we're all thinking like that now. With the
I know.
Prices are.
Believe me.
Yeah. I was making choices at Costco the other day. Costco, when I shop at King Soopers, Kroger, you notice slight increases like milk. I'm like, what? Yeah. But when I went to Costco the other night, I really noticed it. I don't know if it's because
it's catching up.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Like some of the prices at Costco, I was just like, this is
like what? Like milk went up and.
Well, I don't buy my milk at Costco, but just like things that normally would be like $10, I'd see them at like $15.
Wow.
I mean, because when you get to be like old, I guess you get into buying like the same stuff, and what what it costs. So when it doesn't cost that, you notice, man.
Thank goodness I'm working, man. Can you imagine if I wasn't working and I was trying to do these things?
You'd be living off rice and oatmeal.
I kind of was anyway for a while.
Rice, water, and oatmeal.
Once that government money ran out last September, I was like, oh my God.
Well, yeah, and you weren't working all through COVID.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
just part-time. I was working for the magazine, doing a little bit of work for the lady who owns those magazines, Food and Beverage, and and the Proof Awards. Me and my sister were doing some work for her, but it was just a hit or miss, part-time here, part-time there, and then working for Westwood One, and that was just a few hours a week, like 10 hours a week. So that was not very much money either, So it was
what are you on, what do you got, like a 4-hour shift now, or what is your airtime shift?
It's a regular shift. It's from 2 to 7.
2 to 7. So 5 hours. Yeah,
but it's funny because the ratings, is till 6. Really. That's when a lot of people turn off the radio anyways at 6 and they go inside their house.
Right.
So it's I don't know. It's okay. It's the last hour is just easy on any show because it's your last hour.
What genre is the B station?
Oh, honey, it's kind of like the Co's.
Oh, is it? So you get to listen to a lot of Adele, Billy Joel, and Mariah Carey.
Here's the thing, though. We have a really, really clever boss, and he plays some really good music.
Good.
There's a lot of really fun 90s in there, too.
Okay.
There's a lot of really fun 3-chord pop rock in there from the 90s, which makes me so happy.
So it's not
as sleepy as the Co's. It's a lot peppier.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
There was we did the hairband thing.
I know. Cool. Was it so great?
It was cool. And what I don't get at the hairband concert was like there were dudes that it was like Halloween. They had like their mullet wig on. I mean, it was
wig.
Fun. Oh yeah, I probably saw a dozen dudes in like mullet wigs with like ripped Levi's, like dressing the part. Like they just remember that scene in, was it Billy Madison where Adam Sandler pulls up in the Trans Am and he's got like Billy Squire rocking or whatever he's jamming out to. Though it was dudes dressed up like that, like for the show,
Wow.
Yeah, they went really overboard. Some of them. But it made it fun because I wasn't dressed like that. It made it fun. And it was at Coors Field. So I've seen 2 shows at Coors Field now. So it's kind of neat.
I saw the one with let's see, Def Leppard, Journey, and Pretenders.
Yeah, that's the other one I went to.
In 2018, right.
Yep.
And they did not have all the bathrooms open, which really teed me off because I was in like a side section and the bathroom where I could have gone wasn't open. I was unhappy because, that Diet Coke you got to drink when you're there.
Oh, yeah. What was weird, so this was Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Poison, and Joan Jett, and then some opener band from LA.
That's a lot of bands.
Oh yeah, I was there from like 3:00 until 11:00.
Oh no, yeah.
But on my Facebook, on my memories, that show that you were at, I was at that show too. It was on the same day, so I saw Def Leppard like to the day, like
4 years later.
Yeah, 4 years later at Coors Field.
Wow,
kind of cool. So, and you know how they have it set up, so they have all these seats down on the field. Okay. So I'm talking to my usher buddies down there. So we actually ended up, like, all my pictures from the concert are from different spots in the stadium because people are like, how many different seats did you sit in, Scott? I was like, well, only like 3 or 4. But my usher friends were telling me on the field there are, would you say, well, how many seats would you say are on that field when they set up for the concert at Coors Field?
Just a couple hundred.
There's 11,000 seats.
What?
Yeah, 11,000 seats on the field. Do you know how many restrooms are located on the field?
Zero.
So all those people have to come up the stairs, up to that concourse and use those pissers.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man.
Boy, am I visually impaired or something? 11,000 seats?
11,000.
Whoa. So, I don't like those chairs down there anyways.
Oh, and they make the row like this. Yes, because we started on our 3rd level seats. One of my usher friends texts me, he says, I got some seats down here. So we went down.
Come on down.
Well, now I'm going to see if I can bring this video up. So in doing that, we ended up talking to the lady next to us due to this. Hold on. due to an incident that we had witnessed at the show, okay, hold on. I gotta pause this, and then I can full screen and share screen.
Okay.
All right. Share. So you can see that. You see that video?
I sure do.
Okay.
Sure.
This is what's going on during the end of Def Leppard. You'll be able to hear the song. It's their hit. Pour Some Sugar on Me. This girl here, we'll call her Chick A.
Okay.
She starts in with Chick B over here.
Oh dear.
And Chick C is just, I don't know. She just has her hat on and she's just throwing in there when she can.
Okay.
Well, apparently what I understood was Chick A and Chick B. Chick B was sitting down over here and they were like jokingly flipping the bird to each other. Well, then it did not, then it escalated. But there was no fists. There was no, because Chick B held her cool. She was cool. Chick A, she's getting this whole thing going and interface and this, but neither one of them want to get kicked out. But they missed like 4 songs. Like she's got her back to the stage over here, like the whole time. Meanwhile, you got all these people dancing.
It's like a Karen video here.
Yeah.
She's screaming, holding her head close so she can scream at her.
Yeah.
Did somebody intervene?
Oh, no. You will see me and the kid getting our hands up there in a little bit. I felt this to be much better to record during Pour Some Sugar on Me than the actual band,
I see. Now it looks like there's empty seats.
Well, this is behind the stage.
Oh.
Yeah, that part over there is behind the stage. The stage is over here.
Okay.
So in this little incident going down, we now I need to figure out how to unshare this. All right, give me a minute. Anyhow, with this going down, we got to talking to the lady next to us, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the lady next to us, oops. We're with her through the whole show, right? Next to us. We were sitting down in these seats through Poison and through Pour Some Sugar on Me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm totally confused here. Oh, there we go. It's the drop down that was throwing me off here. Bear with me. Stop share. Just stop share. The button says stop share. Yeah. So we get talking to the lady next to us. Well, then her husband comes back and he's like, do you want to go? Are you guys staying for Motley Crue? We're like, well, yeah. He's like, well, do you want our floor passes?
Oh, boy.
Field passes. So we're like, yeah. So he tries texting them to me. The text won't go through. So I'm just like, dude, just set your phone down.
Yeah.
I'll just take a picture of him. So I just took a picture of him. Kid and I go down. We're like 8th row for Motley Crue, which was cool.
No way.
Yeah, the kid was loving it. I can't believe that just happened. I'm like, right?
Stick with me, kid.
Yeah, stick with me, kid. Yeah. Yeah, so that was good times. But yeah, those seats on the field are like this far apart.
There's no room to barf or anything.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
In our seats at the show 4 years ago, there were people doing the most insane things. But this is pre-COVID. I'm just saying, this is 2018.
Right.
So there were people humping in the regular Coors Field seats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boing,
boing.
So people they weren't using the seat part. So it was up there and they were down there on the concrete in our row. Then over here, you had people vomiting. Oh!
And this was during Journey.
I think this was by the time Def Leppard came.
It was Def Leppard. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Def Leppard was the headliner, and you say that Motley Crue was the headliner on this one. What, do they flip a coin?
I think they might, because some of the earlier shows, which I'm glad we saw the show when we did, because Tommy Lee had some broken ribs. So there was a couple of the early shows that he only played like a few of the songs, and he had to dip out, which I think they were doing a lot of not lip syncing, but they had voiceovers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They had pre-tracks that were going. I mean, you could just tell. It's like, no, Vince Neil does not sound like that.
Well, no, what 60-year-old man can keep up that pace, really?
Exactly.
Unless you're Sting. Sting can do it.
It was still cool. You take that into consideration. It was still cool, man. I mean, they're still out there doing it. I give them props, man.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It was fun. And then we saw the Chili Peppers 2 days later.
Wow. How was that? That was it.
They are one of my favorite all-time bands, and I had never seen them, and they are amazing.
Oh, good. They still sing there and dance and do their own things. There's no voice track in there.
Yeah, they came out just kicked ass. Mm-hmm. Kicked ass. They've got John Frusciante, however you say his last name. He's back with the band, and that dude just rips it.
He is good. Oh, yeah.
And they had two openers. They had this chick band from LA, Haim, Haim.
Haim. They're so good, aren't they?
They were good. They were good. They were really good. And they came out in these little tops. So that made it happy. Better.
Yeah.
But the dude that opened do you know who Thundercat is?
Mm-mm.
He's this kind of groovy, like bass dude, this black dude. And he apparently at some point during his career, he played with suicidal tendencies.
Nice.
But he played like this nice, funky, kind of mellow, kind of jazzy. Yeah, he was tops. He was really good.
Good. That's awesome.
Really good. And we were
Thundercat.
Yeah, we were under the overhang. So when the monsoon came down, we stayed dry.
Good.
Yeah, and then the Chili Peppers just
ripped it.
Oh, it was great. It was great. I almost had a minor meltdown when we got there. So when I bought these tickets like in October, okay? And when I bought them, they gave me this option to have them like physical tickets sent to me. So I was like, well, that'll be cool, man. Then I'll have like a ticket. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have ticket stubs anymore, you know? Mm-hmm. And I'd gotten a couple updates, like your tickets are printing your ticket. Well, I never got any tickets in the mail. And I think at some point I remember going in and changing it to have email. Well, in my phone, the little icon for the Peppers show was showing up in my phone. So I was like, oh, okay, they're in my wallet, right? So when I was like, well, let's go in, tell the kid, I was like, let me open up my tickets. Well, when I open up my tickets, the things open up and they say, this is not your ticket. And then I'm like, then I'm getting like the big, oh, fuck. I'm at the stadium, outside the stadium, and I can't get in right now. Well,
what happened?
Thankfully, the week before, I sound like Scooter now. I'm like all over the board. The week before, I had wanted to take a walk to Sloan Lake, which is just west of the stadium. Mm-hmm. I started walking around Sloan Lake. There's construction at the lake. I ended up on 17th. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'll just walk down to the stadium. I get down to the stadium. This is a week before. And I see these signs, event parking, $25. I was like, what's going on at the stadium? The next thing I see are like half naked, like 20-year-old girls and dudes like walking to the south side of the stadium. And I'm just like, ooh, I think I might have to go investigate.
And what was it?
Oh, there's like this ginormous like rave. Yeah, it was crazy. They had all these tents and like, this was like at 4 p.m, and it was bumping.
Huh.
I mean, it was $100 to get in. If it was $50, then I definitely would have gone in. But
to look at the girlies, go ahead.
Yes, but so I knew that the ticket office was open. That's the point I'm getting to. So I was like, okay, we're going to the ticket office. So I went to the ticket office. And I was just like, I got a little bit of a problem here. This is what happened. I explained it to them. They were cool. They were totally helping me out, printing me out some tickets. So we still got physical tickets.
Oh,
off we went. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Off we went. Even got in early enough to be able to buy shirts.
Wow.
The lines at both of those concerts for shirts.
For merchandise, yeah.
I don't even know if some of these people even saw the show because they were when we got in there. I mean, we waited 20 minutes probably. And that line was short. When we got out of that line, I was like, oh my God, there's no way I would have stood in that line when we got out of the line, you know?
I'd like to address this.
Yes, please.
I have never bought merchandise at a concert before. Now, I've had merchandise bought for me. Mm-hmm. Like when we saw Green Day and I was dating the Viking, he stood in line and got me a shirt. Mm-hmm. But is it from being in radio? I don't know, but I never got merch.
Could be.
Oh, that's not true. Okay, Roger Klein and the Peacemakers, but it's because they're from Arizona, and then going to see them at that theater on Broadway, whatever it's called. I like to support them because they pay for their own merch. So
yeah, that's cool.
But I really am not a merch buyer. So why would you miss a whole concert? You paid all this money to go see Def Leppard and you're going to stand in line for the filthy t-shirt?
Well, so it's nothing to drink over. Speaking of, that's where I was going. The other long lines were all for beer, you know, so but we were just, because we weren't drinking, and we didn't buy any merchandise at the Def Leppard concert. The kid didn't want any. Chili Peppers, he got in line. He wanted to get a Chili Pepper shirt. We got in. I was like, oh, that one's cool too. So I was like, yeah, I'm here. I'm going to get a shirt. But thank God we were just buying food, because if I was buying booze or shirts at either the line, that's where all the people were. Nobody was buying.
Speaking of inflation, that's got to really hurt people if they're going out drinking. That's got to curtail people's drinking, right? Inflation, or does it make drinking worse?
Do you think it's going to curtail people's drinking? What would you be doing? What would you be doing if you were still drinking? You'd be just drinking I'd be drinking the rot gut stuff probably.
I wasn't
gotta cut back.
I wasn't a booze. I didn't drink booze. I drank beer or wine.
Okay, well, you'd be drinking the cheap shit, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this damn inflation. Now I got to go buy cheap beer.
Keystone.
Now I got to go buy Keystone. No more Coors. No more Coors.
They still brew that stuff?
Keystone? I think they do. Yeah, they must.
You remember Zima's, of course.
Yeah.
Zima was the predecessor of all these other weird seltzer drinks.
All the Topo Chicos and then there was Mike's Hard.
Yep. Boy, that stuff burned a hole in my stomach, that Zima. That was a Coors product.
It was a Coors product. Remember
I can feel that burning, that acid in that stuff to make it lemony or whatever, because it tastes like Sprite. Oh, my guts.
I remember when Keystone first came out, the whole deal was that they'd specially lined the inside.
Yeah, it was fresher or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like it was like drinking it out of a bottle, but it's really in a can, you know, whatever.
No, people know.
No, it's not. It's not.
Hey, speaking of Sprite, did you hear that? Speaking of all over the place, that they're going to stop producing the green bottles?
Yeah, I did see that. And you know what else is going away? Choco tacos are going away.
I know. I know they are. I can put away a dozen Choco tacos, can't you? And especially when they shrank them down to like this little thing. They used to be like real taco size. And I was like, man, those things are good.
No more chocolate.
Sorry, chocolate. Oh, and then did you see the other article that Hershey's chocolates, there could be a shortage, they say, at Halloween, because they're just trying to keep up with demand of the regular shopper for Hershey bars. I think they're trying to push a rush to do, make people go out and rush out and buy more Hershey's.
There's a shortage of everything. There's a shortage of, So what's the deal? They're like they're starving out the chickens, so or they're not
I don't
making
know.
they're not making chicken. They're not raising enough chickens so they can start, because they want everybody to not be able to sustain themselves. And then there's a shortage of eggs too. So do we get the shortage of chicken before the shortage of the eggs, or the shortage of the eggs before the shortage of the chicken?
That's a good question.
I can't figure it out, man. I can't figure it out.
Oh.
Holy shit. Man.
Funny.
All
funny. Right. Yeah, I think our friend Scooter would be happy we did this show.
He would answers. We need it though.
He would be honest. Go, why aren't you guys doing podcasts? Why aren't you doing podcasts?
Yep, we're back. We took a little hiatus. It's all good. Everything's cool. We got some good stuff coming up. What I really want, like any of my friends that have like small businesses or like cool businesses, like I don't want to talk to a tax accountant. No offense to my tax accountant friends, but there would have to be a filter on there with eyes open that I would have to put on there. But restaurant guys or whoever, and I've touched base with a few people that I think we're going to talk to, and
good.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I don't know why people are texting me while I'm on the air with you.
Ding,
sorry about that. Yeah,
ding. That was Scooter texting, telling us to
wrap it up. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and be leery of the headlines.
Yeah.
Man, good stuff. Well, cool.
It's so good to see you, and thank you for my gift of my BT shirt.
Oh yeah. I'd send you a butterfly shirt, but you're not getting this thing.
It's so cute though. It really is. Cool. Yeah. Did you know that the blue butterfly is a insignia or a representation of people who have been this? I hope this doesn't put you off from wearing the shirt, but who have been sex trafficked, survivors of sex trafficking.
I'm buttoning up now.
I'm buttoning up. It's a blue butterfly. So if you ever see anybody wearing a blue butterfly tattoo or whatever, maybe that they suffered from that or they're recovering from that. Isn't that
so?
Interesting?
I'm going to be wearing this out in public, and someone's going to ask me that, right? Is that it? Or that's?
I don't think so, because that's multiple butterflies. But I just wanted to point it out.
Okay, good to know. Now I'll think about that every time I put this on.
Good talk.
All right, girl.
I love it. Good to talk to you. You too.
All right. Later,
Tater.